This is Andre of Big Gemini Kennels, aka BGK. Welcome back. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment, let us know what you're thinking. Make sure you hit that alert button so that you're notified every time we drop content, and that's going to be frequently because we came to drop bombs. Beast mode. The time we went to sell a puppy to a couple in Malibu Beach and one person got knocked out, then the guns came out because they tried to rob us. Yeah, that happened. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Andre BGK right back at you. Look, I haven't gave you a BGK story time in a while, so I'm here to do just that. Now, as you know, my name is Andre. I am the founder of Big Gemini Kennels, and I've been selling the best looking, largest XL American bullies online for a long time, right? So a lot of our deals happen online. We meet people online, and eventually that comes to us meeting them offline. Now, whenever you're doing business online, you have to be careful because you never know what somebody's true intentions are until you're physically around them and you're in their physical space, right? Now, I'm not a little dude. I'm 6'2", right about 230 pounds, and I work out on a regular basis, but that don't mean somebody won't try you, right? People get internet muscles or liquid courage and still want to try different things. Now, I don't know what you know about delivering things online or selling things online, but it can be dangerous. And I've seen people that have died trying to sell a puppy online, right? A robber came and maybe they resisted and they got shot and killed. I've seen a lot of that happening even recently. A lot of dog breeders get robbed or robbed and shot. It's a dangerous occupation. You have to be careful and you have to be proactive in your protection of yourself. So initially, I used to deliver the dogs myself. It would be me and a friend. That's the way I used to do it, right? And I would always come armed. But I would be super professional and I would be very, very friendly in my interaction. I would never, ever even give off the hint that I had a weapon on me. And the one time that almost bit me in the ass is they wanted to pay on location. So after we showed them the puppy, we had met with them in the parking lot. We showed them the puppy and they said, come in the bank. I'm going to grab the money out. I forgot I was armed, started to walk in the bank with them. The alarm started going off. I immediately went back out the bank and had to go put my weapon in my vehicle. And as I put my weapon in my vehicle, they were parked next to me. So they had a friend that was still in the car that didn't go in the bank. And so now they're seeing a breeder taking the gun out from his waistband and putting it in his car. And that's just not very professional and not the way I want to conduct business. So I decided to switch it up. Now I have a team of people that handle delivering the dogs, and I have 2 security guards that oversee the whole thing, and they are licensed and armed. At this point, I've been using the same licensed armed security guards for about 6 years. Now, I'm not the person that delivers most of my dogs. I move around, I do different businesses. I have a group of people that collectively handle delivering my dogs. And over the years, we experienced some pretty interesting things. Now, this time is about a dog named Malibu. Malibu was always a beautiful specimen, even as a puppy, and a lot of people showed interest in him when he was younger. I got a lot of calls, people saying they want to buy the pup, they want to pick up the pup, and eventually I was talking to a female from Florida named, she was a Cuban female, very nice lady, seemed pretty cool, was really into the dog and really wanted to purchase the dog. So I said, okay, let's set up the deal. Now, she said her and her fiance would be traveling from Florida to California, and they want to put half of the money down and then pick up the dog in person and pay the other half in person. Back then, I actually allowed people to pay the other half in person. Now the dog has to be paid in full up front prior to delivery because of incidents like this. So she said she wanted to pick up the dog, and her husband was a bouncer, a security guy, you know, type of dude, real big buff dude, and that he just didn't trust people online, and he wanted to pay the other half when he actually seen the dog in person. Hey, I understand that. I'm feeling the same way. I want to make sure that I'm protected. So look, you give me half of the money now and half the money when you pick up the dog, right? Now, what they didn't know is every time we've ever delivered a dog, there are 2 vehicles that go, but they only see 1 vehicle. I have 1 vehicle that has 2 armed security in the vehicle, but their job is just to sit and watch, not to interfere. If everything goes right and smoothly, nobody even knows that second vehicle was there. Now, the other vehicle contains the driver and the dog, and that's the only one that they interact with. So the way it works is this: if you're the customer and you've paid for your dog, you're going to see a vehicle pull in, and it's going to have your dog in the back, and it's going to have whatever other BGK merchandise that we chose to give you at that time. And of course, we're going to give you some BGK Big Dog supplement to make them grow. What usually happens is you take the dog out the crate, you ask the BGK team member any questions you have about the dog. They'll be happy to explain and introduce you to the dog. And then you take your dog and you drive off into the sunset. Everything goes smooth, right? You don't even know that there was a second car with 2 armed security monitoring the entire event, right? That's the way it's supposed to go. We want our customers to feel secure because we're there to do good business and take care of them, but we also have to protect ourselves in the process. Now, let me explain to you what happened this time. So, her fiance had decided to purchase Malibu, the puppy, from us, and I had mostly been talking to she had explained to me about her husband, told me about her husband, but I never actually spoken with him. She told me he was a big guy, burly guy, biker guy, bouncer type of guy, which I don't really care about any of that. As long as the dog is going to be in a good home, I'm okay with that. They signed the contract. They paid half of the price. They paid the deposit. And then they set the date when they were going to actually come meet us. Now, the reason why they named the dog Malibu is because this whole transaction took place on the beach in Malibu. So that's what they decided to name the dog, right? The dog was not named Malibu prior to this happening. So they asked us to meet them at the beach in Malibu where they're staying. I don't know what you know about Los Angeles County or Malibu, but Malibu is a very upscale location. Nothing happens in Malibu. There's zero crime in Malibu, but just using my common sense, I still followed the BGK protocol, sending 2 security guards in a separate vehicle to monitor the situation. They arrived a little bit early, like they're supposed to, backed in, and began watching the situation. Now, my driver shows up with the puppy in the truck, and he's ready to meet them. So he calls them and let them know, hey, I'm here, and I'm ready to go ahead and give you the dog. You guys could check out the dog, and after that, you can give me the final payment. So the driver takes the puppy out of the truck, walks to meet them on the beach. Now they're being watched by the 2 security guards, and the couple begin playing with the puppy, and they fall in love with the puppy because Malibu is a beautiful puppy. Now, my driver asked them for payment. Hey, you guys like the pup? I need the payment so I can go ahead and be on my way, and you guys can have your puppy. The guy picks up the puppy and starts walking down the beach like my driver doesn't exist. And this is a big guy, big ass dude, right? Not to be cliche, but you know the type. Big, burly, muscled up, tatted up, big mustache, just looks like a straight thug. Although his name is can't make that up. And the lady is just kind of like standing there. She doesn't know what to do. She's not a part of it. So she's been genuine the whole time because me and her have been talking a lot. My driver is tripping out. He's chasing the big guy, and the big guy turns around and clocks him, lays him out. As soon as he does that, the security guards are running out of the car. One of them draws the weapon down, and the other one just jumps on the dude. So the dude is getting smashed by one security guard, and he has a gun to his head. The ladies, this looks bad. This is all happening in Malibu. Obviously, people are calling the cops, and it just looks like what's going on here. We're talking about straight chaos on Malibu Beach. A guy getting beat up with a gun in his face, a pup getting snatched away, just straight chaos. So the 2 security guards ended up beating him down, putting a pistol to his head, retrieving the puppy, helping the driver back up, and getting him, woke up and back up. So the driver goes back to the vehicle. The 2 security guards take the puppy back to the vehicle, and they're calling me. I mean, my phone is going crazy. Hey, man, can you believe what just happened? This guy just tried to walk off with the pup. We had to draw down on him. We're going to have to file a police report ourselves. We're going to have to wait for the police to get here. We need you here now. Get over here. So I hop in my car and I drive over there, and I'm speeding. So I made it there in like 0 time. I'm smashing. This has never happened. And there's always one of my concerns that it would happen. And here it goes. But at least we were prepared, and the 2 security guards did their job. So I pull up. My driver, man, his eye is busted wide open. He's leaking, right? There's police there. And then my 2 security guards are talking to the police, giving them their information. And the other guy is sitting there, and they're asking me, do I want to press charges? At that point, I had to tell the police that these were my security guards, and they were acting during the course of employment for me, and that they did this to protect our transaction, had to show them the contract, etc. So the police got an understanding of what was going on at the scene. Now I'm thinking, do I want to press charges or not? Pulls me to the side and she starts talking to me. Look, I was going to tell you, he started acting weird. My fiance was saying, we're just going to take this pup. We don't have the money right now. Would you be willing to trade? We still want the puppy. And I'm like, hold up. You still want the puppy? You guys just knocked out my driver. I just had to have 2 security guards beat the shit out of your boyfriend, fiance, whatever. And now you're telling me you still want to get the pup. Yes, if you guys are willing to follow us to the bank, we'll still buy the puppy. I'm so sorry. I told him we still had the money, that we had enough money. He was saying that our money was tight. And I'm like, if your money is this tight, you shouldn't be buying a pup or trying to steal a pup. She's like, it's not. He was just being greedy. Okay, you know what? At this point, I decided, believe it or not, to go ahead and finish the transaction. Only because I believed in her and she was being so cool about it. And he already got, yeah, my driver looked bad, but if you seen the way her fiance looked, his face looked like a dude. It was just done. Blood everywhere, swollen everywhere. I don't think he could see out of either eye. He was fucked up. They fucked him up. My security guards definitely fucked him up. And he had a gun to his head, so he understands what type of time we're on. So I'm like, look, I told the security guards, we're going to follow them to the bank. If y'all want to press charges, do it. If not, I'm cool on pressing charges. The driver doesn't want to press charges. We're just going to see this transaction through. And the security is looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you're still going to sell a pup to this dude? I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to sell it to her, not to him. The contract was always in her name. I'm going to finish it out. So, short story shorter, we ended up following them to the bank. They ended up pulling out the money. She pulled out the money, to be specific. She walked over to the vehicle where me and the security guards were. We gave her the pup. I explained how to take care of the pup. And then we left the scene. 2 days later, I got a call from the female that bought the puppy from me, that bought Malibu from me. And this made it all make sense. She said, I wanted to tell you that we are still stuck in Malibu. We don't have the money to make it back home. He had been spending money like crazy and had emptied our savings account without telling me. She said this is why he acted so crazy at the scene and tried to steal the pup so he could still get her the pup even though they didn't have the money anymore. She didn't know they didn't have the money anymore. He did, so he figured he was just going to strong arm us and steal that pup. But instead, he got his ass whooped and pistol whipped, right? So with that being said, I told her I can't give you any of the money back. I can't help you with that. You guys made your choice. Good luck. And let me know what happens. I did offer to take the puppy back from them, which she didn't want to do. She's like, we want to keep the puppy no matter what. I was like, I'll buy the puppy back, but that's it. That's as far as I go. Now, somehow they made it back to Florida, and that's how that played out. But clearly in hindsight, I should not have sold them that pup. Clearly they weren't ready for it, and I wasn't thinking clearly. I was just pissed off and still wanted my money, to be honest. So, if I could do things differently, I would. Now, funny as it may seem, the dog actually ended up being very good with their family. She ended up breaking up with the guy. I found out he was abusive to her. Not surprising after we see what he tried. So she ended up breaking up with him, and the dog became her best friend, and she kept taking care of that dog. And these are pictures of her and the dog right now, doing well in Miami. Her kids also bonded very closely with the dog, and the dog was extremely protective of her, her kids, and their entire family, like all BGK dogs usually are. They're great family pets. And this is one of the reasons why I am super cautious on how I conduct business online, and to anybody else that's selling anything, not just dogs, but especially to my other breeders as well. Make sure you get all of the money up front. Don't do any transactions where you're still accepting cash in person. If they're serious about buying a dog, you will give them enough videos and pictures for them to know that they want to purchase this dog or not. If you're doing cash transactions in person, make sure you're prepared for what can come with that. This can turn deadly. Quick sidebar, as a licensed kennel in Los Angeles County, you are not allowed to do cash transactions in person. I didn't know that till a police officer stopped me when I was doing it one time. So not only is it not safe, but it's actually against the law in Los Angeles County to do cash transactions for a pet in person. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Please remember, a lot of breeders have died going to meet somebody that they thought was a cool person that seemed genuine and genuinely interested in their puppies or dogs, and ended up being shot, killed, or robbed, or both at the scene. So please take care of yourself and protect yourself at all times. I hope y'all have a blessed week and a productive week. BGK, quality matters. My iPhone users, I have a message for you. I need some help from you, okay? We just released the beta version of our app. The BGK app is in the App Store right now. You can download it for free. You're going to have to go to your App Store and put in BGK or Big Gemini Kennels and scroll down and find us. We're going to be at the bottom because we literally just put it into the stores as of yesterday. We were just approved. So go ahead and download that app and tell me what you'd like to see more of. Tell me what we can improve on it, because we're in a process of still developing developing this app, and I want you guys to be a part of that development. Tell me what you would like to see and what you like about the app, what you don't like about the app. I will definitely be using your input to make this app even better as we go. Please download the BGK app only on iTunes or through an iPhone right now. It will be available for Androids within a few weeks after we get the different changes made. I just want to start with Apple. All right. Salute. I appreciate you guys. Remember, quality matters.